Welcome back to the windswept fields of Perthshire. And don't adjust your sets, it is me, the Scottish detectorist. I was getting a bit worried that the hair was getting that long and the beard was looking that unkempt that some people were going to start to send me food parcels out of sympathy. But I've had a haircut, I've had a shave, and it's blowing a hoolie today. It is windy, windy, windy. So I'm going to put the woolly hat on in a second. But I'm back on the medieval church site, and I cannot wait. Alright, I'm not going to say anything else. Let's go and see if we can find some treasure. I've walked all of 10 feet and we've got the first diggable target. A very nice, crisp 81. We're out. Lovely soil. I'm in a different part of the field, same field that's produced all these hammered coins, but different area that I haven't covered yet, other than a quick walkthrough. Somewhere here. Somewhere here. Ah! We've got silver on the first hole. And it's gorgeous, George. There you go. It's a threepence. I shouldn't have rubbed that, but I just did. Let me just get the water bottle. In fact, I don't think it needs it. Well, it maybe does, just a wee bit. It's silver on the first hole. Gorgeous George. I haven't had a threepence of Gorgeous George for a while. $1920. So, let me think. 1920, I think this is still quite high silver content then. I think it was 92.5% until 1920 and then it dropped to 50%. So, you can let me know, which way is it? Is it 50% or is it less? Or is it more, should I say? But it is a threepence, a silver threepence of George V. Just a couple of years after the end of the Great War. Fantastic. What a start. I'm barely 30 seconds in. Folks, there is an outside chance, a very slim outside chance, I might have actually got a hammered coin on the second hole, having got silver on the first. Now, the target came through is anywhere between 31 and 38. I thought it was going to be Coke. You know my motto. If in doubt, dig it out. So, I dig it out, and it's a mid-tone 42. Right? I get the pinpointer out, scurry about, and something round and off-grey coloured is right there. Now this is either going to be a button, or it's going to be a hammered coin. That is the target. That's a bloody button. I think it's concave. It is. Ah, it's a button. It's a tomback. Or a type of tomback. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. I thought it was too low to be a hammered coin. There you go. It's a tomback. It's a two-piece sort of tomback button. Oh, my heart was racing, honestly. Whew. Well, I saved my tears for another time. Let's dig it out a wee bit. Some people were asking about the tool that I use, this little digger tool, this little pick, and also the brush combo. They're made by a man called Les, who unfortunately he doesn't have any more available at the moment. Look, I keep talking about this giveaway. The giveaway is coming. I just need the time to do it. So do keep an eye out, because, spoiler alert, there might be a few of these tools as part of the giveaway. Maybe. So there you go. It's a tomback style button, and it's probably latter part of the 1700s. Oh well. Again, we had another target that sounded pretty awful. Dug it out somewhere. Here. It's an 80-81. There's something round. Well, we might have a coin. we might have coin number 2. We've only dug. This is my third hole. This is my third hole. What have we got? Oh, it's not. It's another button, I think. We've got some gold colour on there. It is. It's another button. It's gilded. And I've lost my brush. There it is. I shouldn't be able to lose it. It is attached to me. Give that a wee rub. Well, it's a button. It's a fancy button, albeit pretty corroded. Copper with a gold gild, and probably again 17 or maybe early 1800s. I've focused on this area because that wall you can see, that's actually the trackway to the church, which is to my left. Further up, more in the field, is where I got the closest hammer coins. Right here. Well, it was originally an 86, now it's saying 93, so it's probably going to be a bottle top, but I thought there was an outside chance it could have been a coin. Now it just sounds like a dog's dinner, so I think it's going to be junk. It's a massive bit of lead, absolutely huge bit of lead. Look at that. Maybe a bit of the church roof. Again, it was a very tetchy little target, 35 through to 42. It's lead. It's actually a tiny little air gun pellet. Looks like it's probably a 22 calibre. So it shows you the sensitivity of this machine. It's quite incredible. If you're finding that and you're finding that tiny little button that I got, there's no way I'm going to miss a hammered coin unless it's too deep or on its edge. We've got another digger. '86, '87. I don't think it's going to be a coin again. I don't know, it just sounds a bit leady. I think we're out though. I think we're out. My goodness, it's cold and windy up here. Much higher up than where I live. Can't see anything. Have I dug completely in the wrong place? Is that green? No, that's grass. Yes, that's grass. Well, I've made a complete mess of this. I'll get back to you in a sec. Right, I think we're in the right place now. Well, I'll think. And there's something there. It's a button. It's a button. It could well be a military button. Well, better than aluminium. Although technically I haven't had any, well, junk yet, so to speak. It is definitely a military button. Right, I'm going to let this dry out and I'll get back to you in a wee second. There's the reverse even. I can just make out the word Field and Company Limited. Might be Hatfield, who's the manufacturer. There is a place name at the bottom. It could be Birmingham, but I'm not 100%. I'll need to research that one when I get home. That's the other side. That's as good as I can get it. So it's got this little sort of lettering in the centre. I was expecting to maybe see, zoom you in a bit, I was maybe expecting to see St Andrew in there. As you can see, there's a lettering around the outside edge, but at the moment I cannot read it. There's a crown above, and it's very much like the Black Watch regiment, except there would be St Andrew in the middle, as far as I'm aware. So let me know in the comments below, but I'm guessing Second World War era, 1940s, give or take. We've got another digger. Quite a nice 78, 79. I am surprised with all of these coins that I haven't as of yet. In fact, is that the target there? I'm surprised that as of yet I haven't had a buckle. What is that? Nope, That's a stone, John. Yeah, I'm surprised. Can't believe I haven't had any medieval relics like a buckle or such like. Maybe today will be the day. Make the hole a wee bit bigger as we go deeper. We might actually be out the hole. Oh, this wind's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, it's going to rain as well. Can't believe it. So much for the dry weather forecast. Oh, there's something there. It is. It's a thing. Well, it's got a shape to it. It'd be a bit hilarious if it was a buckle, but I don't think it is. It's a thing. It's definitely got a shape to it. Strange. Well, it looks like two pieces of metal pressed together. And it's something that's snapped off. So, no idea on that one. If you know, then comment below. Well, at least I know where the gold is. It's somewhere under that rainbow, which unfortunately is a field I don't have permission for. However, right here, I've got a digger. Is a coin, or I will eat my woolly hat. It's an 88. Well, I maybe won't eat the hat if it's not a coin. Well, we're out. We are out, and I don't see anything yet. Still right next to the trackway, and that is not a coin. That is something massive and round, and it looks like a big bit of lead with a hole in it. Lots of holes in it, in fact. Look at the imprint. Well, that's a weird one. It is lead, very heavy. Going to have to clean this up off camera, I think, and I'll get right back to you. Well, that's a weird one. Can't say I've had something like that before. Now, I checked, because I thought all these holes I thought would go through, but only 2 of them actually go through to the other side. So maybe mounting points for wood or leather. It's got this kind of slightly, almost like a cog-like edge on it, but then it goes a bit smooth, or smoother. It's a bit buckled, big hole in the middle, hole top and bottom, and, well, I've no idea on age or date. So, if you know, then comment below. We've got another one. I'm not getting a chance to get warm hands. I have to keep taking my gloves off. 72 this time. Bit stony. Ugh. Are we out or are we not out? We're not out. Right. We're out this time. Bit of lead maybe? Gold coin maybe? Ah, something green. That's like a... I might actually be... It's a bit of a buckle, I think. After me just a few minutes ago saying I haven't heard any buckles. I mean, it's definitely, if it is a buckle, it's not medieval. It looks more Georgianish. It's fancy though, I think. Well, yeah, it's definitely a part of a buckle. Decorated. Look at that. I can see a little flower in the corner there. And it's possibly at some point it's been gilded. Well, careful what you wish for. Right, let's have another gold coin. In fact, let's have a gold hammered coin. How about that? Well, date-wise, probably I reckon going to be Georgian. It might be a bit of a shoe buckle. because it looks too thin to be horse related, so I'm going to go with a Georgian shoe buckle, sometime in the 1700s. No more of that Georgian buckle. I had a good scout around. This time, 71. Bit harder on the ground. Let's do a few spadefuls out. There we go, that's better. A bit deeper. Try one more, and then we'll get the pinpointer. I think we're out. And it's not sounding amazing, to be honest. Are we out, or have I dug completely in the wrong place? Again. What's that? That's a leaf, John. Yeah, there it is there. No, I did. I dug completely in the wrong place. Should have put the pinpointer on, shouldn't I? Well, it's a bit of copper alloy. Maybe. Part of a vessel or a bowl or something. It's got a rim on it, or an edge. Or in fact, that looks fairly symmetrical in shape, so it's a thing. Well, it's got a wee lined edge around it. So I don't know, bit of decoration off furniture maybe. But again, let me know in the comments below. All gone a wee bit quiet, half an hour, no targets at all. Unbelievably, no aluminium, and also no tin foil, which is quite unbelievable. But finally, a digger. 86. It might be a coin. Ah, it's a stone. Haven't had a penny yet, or a halfpenny. Oh. Still in the hole. Maybe not in the hole. I'm not doing very well with my pinpointing here. But what's that? Oh, hang on. Ah, it's a knob. It's a knob of some description. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? I could have sworn that was going to be a coin. Well, it's a very, very heavy, what looks a bit like a drawer pull, I would say. Yep, I think so. Maybe decorated, maybe. Very heavy though. Weighs about an ounce, which is pretty substantial for a drawer pull, but that looks like what it is. Probably Georgian or Victorian. Bit of old furniture. Stubble's just a wee tad long, but 59 exactly. It's quite soft ground though, a wee bit stony. We're out. I should have maybe cleared that stubble away first. Right, we're out. 59.60. That might be it there. Oh. Oh. Oh, yes! Yes! I'm looking up for somebody to shout to. I'm hearing my own. Unbelievable. It's another hammered. It's another hammered coin. Let's tease that open. Oh, no imprint. It's pretty stuck. The ground is a bit wet here. Unbelievable. 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 I cannot believe this. Cannot believe this. Is it another Edward? Oh, it's a Scottish. Do you see that star? That is a Scottish coin. You beauty. Please be Robert the Bruce. Oh, it's an absolute cracker. It's another absolute beauty. It's got a crack in it though. Rex, R-E-X, King. Unbelievable. He's done it again. He's got an absolute whopper. Look at it, it's not even clipped at all. Yes. Mud's a bit stubborn. As I say, it's been pretty wet here recently. There's quite a bit of clay in this soil. Please be Robert the Bruce. Please be Robert the Bruce. Well, there's a head. I can see a head looking sideways, because the Scottish coins, the early ones, they put a side profile, whereas the English ones looked straight ahead. That is fantastic. Right, let me dry this up off camera. I can't believe it. And now for the reveal. Look at that. Thanks, Jimmy and Mrs. Jimmy, for the wee blankie. So look at that. That, folks, is a hammered Scottish penny. It's a wee bit damaged at the top, and it's got a little crack in it, but on the whole, it is looking pretty good. It is not Robert the Bruce, but it is someone of huge importance. I do believe that it's Alexander the Third. There's an A at the top, and then it looks like D-E-R, Dare, Alexander. I'm not sure what else it would say, to be honest. In the legend, Alexander, and then I don't know, maybe Rex for king, or De Gracia, might even be De Gracia, Alexander De Gracia, possibly. But you can see his profile, look inside on, he's holding a little staff with a cross on the end. On the other side, instead of 3 dots in each of the quarters, we've got a star. And I do believe the number of points on the star tells you what mint the coin was made in. And the legends, instead of being civitas, the legends is it's Scotorum Rex. You can see Rex very clearly. Scotorum Rex, King of the Scots. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I think this is a penny of Alexander the Third, and he's one of the most important kings in Scottish history, because if Alexander the Third hadn't died in 1286, then Robert the Bruce and William Wallace would never have been the people that they became. Alexander, I actually wrote an essay when I was studying for my tour guiding about Alexander the Third. And Alexander the Third, he was King of Scotland from 1249 until 1286. He married a woman called Margaret, and she was the daughter of King Henry the Third. She bore him 3 children. She died, and then, one by one, his children all died before he did, until he had none living. So he decided to remarry, because there was going to be a succession crisis. So he remarried a woman. At the age of 44, he married a woman who was 22 called Yolanda. And Yolanda was the daughter of the Duke of Burgundy, I think it was. The daughter of the Duke of Burgundy. And she got pregnant. However, one fateful day decided to travel from Edinburgh to visit her in Fife on the other side of the estuary, and on the way he fell from his horse from cliffs and he died. She then had a miscarriage and lost the child, and Scotland was falling into civil war. 13 different families had a claim to be King of Scotland, including the Comwins, the Bruces, the Balliols, and they stupidly asked Edward I of England to decide, to adjudicate as to who would become king, and he chose John Balliol, as long as he swore fealty to Edward I. So Edward I was actually Alexander III's brother-in-law, because it was his sister Margaret that he'd married. So there you go. And they rebelled, and that's when William Wallace appears on the scene in the 1290s, defeats the English at the Battle of Stirling Bridge, later captured and executed, and then in 1306 Robert the Bruce makes his claim for the throne of Scotland, crowns himself king, and eventually defeats the English at the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314. Unbelievable. Look at that. Fantastic. What a sight. Well, I had a real good scout around. I've saved the fine position in my GPS. It's a good, again, 150 metres. It's about 500 feet away from the nearest hammered coin. This one here, that's actually an iron target right there, but out the hole. Well, it's gone away up to 97. It might be a bit of brass or a bottle top. Or I might be talking complete rubbish, and it could actually be a coin. Why would a coin come out so high, unless it was silver? Well, it's a copper coin, I think, maybe Georgian. We get an imprint. No. We might get a wee bit of detail. Definitely looks like there's something on there. Right, I'm going to dry this up off camera, and then I'll get right back to you. Well, that is a surprise. Can you see a head there? Look into the left-hand side. Initially I thought, oh, it's George II. But look at the other side. That is a very clear thistle with a crown above it. And that means it's a bobby, which is a sixpence. And because the head is looking to the left, that is Charles I, because Charles II looks to the right. So, that is going to date between 1625 and 1649. I think as it dries out, it might actually disappear. It is. So it's starting to disappear. But by the power of technology, right now, you should be able to see what it would have looked like in its prime. And if I turn it over to the other side, I'll bring out the detail. There should be a date, I think, somewhere up on the top left-hand side, but I doubt we're going to get it. But as you'll see, you should now see how it would have looked in its day. And around the outside edge, it would say, Nemo me impune lacessit. Who dare treat me with impunity? Basically, don't mess with me, or I'll mess right back at you. So that is a turner, sorry, not a turner, a bobby, a sixpence. So unfortunately we debased our coinage, and most of it was copper by this point. Certainly the small denominations were. In England, in contrast, this would be a silver coin. What a shame. So yeah, it's a bobby, it's a sixpence, Charles I, so 1625 to 1649. And Charles I famously tried to impose a new prayer book, the Book of Common Prayer, upon Scotland, and it didn't end well. 1638, I think it was. He tried to impose the new prayer book. It resulted in a riot in St Giles Cathedral, the High Kirk in Edinburgh. A lady called Jenny Geddes threw her three-legged stool at the minister, and the church congregation erupted into a riot, all in support of her, because they didn't want Charles interfering with the church. And that led to the Bishop Wars, which led to what they then used to call the English Civil War, but we now call the War of the Three Kingdoms, because it wasn't just an English conflict. And eventually Charles was tried, found guilty, and executed, beheaded in 1649. So there you go, all beginning partly with a woman throwing a three-legged stool at him. Brilliant. What an unbelievable find. What a day yet again. I'm starting to lose the light. I've maybe got 15-20 minutes left before it's getting pretty dusky. And we've got a real screamer here. 1991. Going to go in quite wide. Could be a bottle top. Well, it's away up at 97 now. I think it's either going to be brass or it's going to be a bottle top. Oh, it's getting cold. Was that it there? It is. It's a bloody massive... I've not got a doorknob on this field before. I've had a drawer pull already today, but that is a big brass doorknob. Oh well, there you go. Find of the day. Well, not quite, because I think it's going to be the Alexander III silver penny. Surprise, surprise. Well, folks, another phenomenal day. Unbelievably good. Just can't get enough of this place. Better still, you know, I didn't dig up a single bit of aluminium or tinfoil. I don't think that's ever happened. A coin from the 1625, 1649 era and another one from the 1200s is just breathtakingly amazing. I need to do a count. I think that's maybe 10 hammered coins, including the few copper ones as well. So yeah, just lost for words, and the historical importance of that coin as well. I mean, it is relatively rare, as you can imagine too. So I think it deserves the light box, because we also don't have enough daylight to film the finds that I've got today. So let's go and have a little look in the light box. Welcome back to the light box, and here we have the best of the best. So, military button. Don't recognise the regiment, but I'm sure someone out there, a very clever follower, will be able to identify that for me. Almost certainly Second World War era, I would say. Now, this is an interesting little thing. Got no idea what it is. So as I said, it's got only 2 holes that go all the way through, but it's covered in all these dots. And it's also got this kind of slightly cogged edge to it as well. So if you know, then let me know. The first of 2 medieval coins. You can just about see the thistle, there you go, with a crown above it, Charles I. Sometime between 1625 and 1649, a bawbee, which was a copper sixpence in the day. I couldn't really get a good shot of this in the field. Hopefully it might be a little bit clearer, maybe not. Plain on the back. On this side though, in the corner there is a flower, but it's very difficult to see. But probably a Georgian shoe buckle. And then the find of the day, Alexander III, I do believe. Silver penny. You can see his profile looking to the left hand side. He's holding a little staff with a little cross on top. And as I say, it's a Scottish hammered coin. And the reason we know that is because they put stars on them rather than dots. But also, you'll notice that the king is looking side on. It's a side profile. And that was to basically be able to very easily tell the difference between the English and the Scottish hammered coins, because the English looked straight on, whereas the Scots in the early days looked side on. So there you go. Beautiful. I'm sure that was quite a few pints of beer back in the day, probably several gallons of beer. It's only the second Alexander III penny that I've ever found in almost 25 years, so they're very, very rare. And they're
The legend reads Scotorum Rex, King of the Scots. So sometime between 1249 and 1286. What a day.
Well, how about that? Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I keep going to shout somebody, but there's no one here. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. If you're not already subscribed, then please hit that button. And hopefully we'll see you all on the next dig. So take care, and thanks for watching.